Good morning, everybody. Did I not install the comments app here? Apparently I didn't. I've got to get that installed. So I'm in Colorado, so forgive me for my audio quality and my video quality and all that stuff. I hope the stream is actually working halfway decently here. But I've got to download this Restream chat app, I think, because I can't even see you guys' comments yet. So give me just a second here. You guys are seeing Inception right now, probably. I'm on my laptop, so come on, buddy, you can do faster than that. That's horrible. All right, well, that's going to be a little bit. Let me pull up YouTube and see if I'm live. Problem is I've only got one monitor here, guys, so it's like you're going to see everything I'm doing no matter what, even if it's like comments or doesn't matter. We definitely want to pause this. But I wanted to stream with you guys a little bit this morning, get some development done if possible. See how well it works. Hey guys, hey Nicholas, Pure Luck, Jason. I am in my brother's studio, which is basically completely covered in noise protection and all that crap. I'm at his house in Colorado, and he's got his own studio for recording music and a bunch of stuff. So that's what you're seeing here. Hey Orko, sure. Can you be a pain, Nicholas? No, you may not. Do not be a pain. No. Hey Dave, hey Neil. Okay, comments, come on. Almost there. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully, you know, it's not, the audio quality isn't too horrible. I'm using my laptop's built-in microphone and webcam. And I know it's a weird angle. If you'll notice when I type, you can't even see my face. So forgive me for that, but it's my XPS 13 and it's all I got. So it'll be, it's just what I got while I'm here. My resolution is all off. I know. Oh, so you can't, can you guys see anything? I see. Yeah, that's not working, is it? All right, so I'm going to have to restart the stream and fix that. I know how to fix that. So I'll do that here in a second. Maybe I can do it while I'm on the stream. We'll see if it messes anything up. I'm getting my chat going. While I'm doing that, let me adjust this and see if it changes, it screws anything up. I'm going to go 100%. And then I'm going to go display adapter property, not that. We want resolution, and I'm going to change it to half of what it was, this 1600 by 900. Keep changes, and hopefully I don't jack everything up. Is that better, guys? Hopefully. Looks like, no, it's not. Whatever, that'll do. That'll work. Hey, let me get logged in here. Yes, I use one password. I don't typically show this stuff to you guys, but I don't have a choice because I only got one monitor right now. All right, so connect, buddy. 1 of 2, 2 of 2. There we go. Show me some comments. All right, not on vacation. Well, you know, this was a half vacation, half to look for a house, half vacation. I have been doing a little bit of work here and there, but I haven't worked as much as I wanted to while I was out here, to be honest. But you know, I can't just leave for a week. It would drive me nuts. So no, it's not really a true vacation. Cool forever. That's awesome. Hi, Lee. Is keyboard automation instead of controller automation going to be added to LaunchBox? That is that's something that is needed, definitely. So yeah, eventually I'm sure it will. Mic is clipping when voice is too loud. Yeah, and I tried to fix that, but the stupid drivers for the stupid microphone are giving me trouble. So I'm sorry about that. I have the same laptop. Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty popular laptop because it's an awesome laptop, but missed the password. So what is up? Why am I not getting YouTube in my restream? I'm not sure. There we go. Too small. Yeah, well, we're going to have to deal with it, unfortunately, guys, because I can't do a whole lot about it. But basically, this is what it usually is. It's just, this is 1900 by, no, it's not. It's less. What is it? I don't know. Let's see. How's Visual Studio look? I can always zoom in here. But actually, the resolution should be smaller than usual. So hopefully it'll be better, but I don't know. Hey, Steven. We have not found a house, Ali. It's been kind of a nightmare, actually, and we kind of wanted to be out in the mountains, but the problem with that is we can't find a house that's available that we like, that has decent internet. We need Comcast internet. It's either Comcast or CenturyLink out here, and CenturyLink is really slow DSL, so, and that's pretty much everywhere. But that's just not going to be good enough. I've got to have the Comcast internet. So it's been kind of a nightmare there. We haven't had much luck finding a house, unfortunately. So I'm not sure we're going to end up moving out to Colorado. You know, we're just trying to figure out what we're going to end up doing, and it hasn't been all that good coming out here. We haven't had the best trip in the world, to be honest. Yeah, I really like the XPS 13, and I have the first release of it. So mine is a couple years old now. I don't know, maybe more than that, maybe a few years old by now. I'm not sure. It's holding up just fine, but it is it's only got 8 gigs of RAM, and it's getting a little bit old. So performance, I'm sure, is not going to be great for this stream, but it'll be good enough for development, I'm sure. It looks like I don't have any dropped frames, so that's good. Ah, cool, Phobos. Yeah, internet is kind of important, and I didn't really want it to make or break things, but it kind of has to. You know what I mean? So, yeah, cool, retro. So, anyways, development-wise, we don't have to do a lot of development today, whatever. But development-wise, I was going to focus on some requests from Critical Sid. As far as the theming engine, I was going to work on some theming engine stuff this week. So that is the plan development-wise. We're going to let the poll run for the rest of the week, and then starting Monday next week, I'll start tackling the top items from the poll. So. The warranty just ended. I sent it to Dell, and they changed almost all the laptop for free. Oh, that's cool. Huh. But yeah, that's what we got planned for today. Ali is I don't know that I'm going to do a full 3 hour stream today, guys. Obviously, it's not at the normal time, but I did want to stream. So maybe we might do an hour or 2 hours, something like that. Hey, Gustav. I'm not sure how to say your name, but welcome, man, from Sweden. Driving a train, watching LaunchBox development. That's incredible, man. Don't crash the train. It's hilarious. Hey, Drowning. Favorite big box theme for arcade cabs? I love the, well, you guys, it's what I always use. It's the Critical Zone City Hunter theme. Welcome to the future. That is pretty cool. Hey, Omen. So anyways, guys, I can't keep my chat window up like I usually do during development, so this is going to be a little bit of a pain, but we'll make it work. So one of the first things, this is the list from Critical Sid, his latest list. There's more stuff, but he's working on an upgrade to the Critical Zone theme, and there's some other requests for themes as well. One of the things that we really got to figure out is the video placement issues, but that's more of a bug. Some of these should be fairly easy to add. Hey, Doss. Wade. Thank you, Wade. It's good to be here. Hey, BRB. Future State is an awesome theme as well. There's a ton of awesome themes, man. How is Colorado? Hope it's tasty. Colorado has, I mean, it's been all right. I feel like I've got more allergy issues here than I expected. So, I mean, honestly, it's been a little bit of a downer, I will admit. I mean, I like Colorado. It's beautiful. I love Colorado. But the fact that we haven't been able to find a house because everything is so freaking expensive, and it's a seller's market right now. And so the houses are getting sold like that. And it's just, it's kind of, it hasn't been good. I don't know that we're even going to be able to move out here anytime soon, just because we can't find a house and, it's all that stuff. So thank you, Larry. Welcome, man. All right. So if we get into development, probably the first thing, an active game element for the whole details metadata is probably a good idea to do. It is allergy season, although I mean, like, Colorado's dry, so I had high hopes. You know what I mean? Because when I was in Orange County, I didn't have hardly any allergies at all, which is a good deal. But it is early for me, guys. I'm still waking up a little bit, I will admit. But my kids got me out of bed early this morning, so. Codex, cool. Waiting for new theme features to be added. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm working on. I need to check on what Hexer's requests are. I'm not, I'm streaming from Colorado right now. I'm not really from Colorado, usually Naders. I'm from California, but, and we're looking into moving to Colorado, but I'm not sure that's going to happen, actually. Am I looking to have LaunchBox perform all the features of Rocket Launcher? Eventually, long term, I guess, yeah, probably. But that's not currently a high priority. Ah, cool, Naders. Where are you in Colorado? Right now I'm in Denver. Although we were looking to move to Evergreen, in one of those, neighboring mountain towns. But that's proving very difficult to do. Cool. It is really awesome out here. Yeah, you know, we really like this place. That's why we're picking to. I mean, we're wanting to move here, but it's just so kind of. I don't know. It's like my biggest issue is housing is just so expensive, and it's just such a money sink that it's like it's hard for me to justify it. The polls for the last poll, honestly, I mean, we didn't close it for a long time, and the results, you know, kept coming in for weeks, but they never really changed the overall results. So the polls will close, you know, technically close end of the week, and we will basically the results will be set in stone. Although we'll probably keep the poll open just because why not, you know. But we'll actually take the results at the end of this week, and we'll start tackling new features from the poll next week. Pueblo, okay, I'm not sure where that is, but I'm not sure. I don't know Colorado very well, so. Thank you, Elite. I appreciate that. Video placement issues. I made a custom Disney afternoon playlist for the 6 NES games which are included in the collection. Virtual pinball cabs. Yeah, I know. Oh, the actual cabinet. That is something that needs some work yet, Nicholas. Basically, I think it would work with a custom theme, but I'm not sure anyone has done it yet. And you know, that's sort of part of the item on the poll for pinball, better pinball support. So that is kind of on the poll, although it hasn't gotten a large number of votes. It's kind of in the middle right now, I think, if I remember correctly. So, surprise. Why Colorado over California? Well, I don't want to get into it too much, but California scares us a little bit politically, is one of the biggest issues. We love California, though. I mean, it's awesome. As far as like the geography, there's no better place to live than California. There really isn't. But some of the politics are freaking us out lately. I'm not quite following Wade. I think we'll probably need to discuss that on the forums with screenshots and stuff, and if I'm going to be able to understand what's going on there. But I know there are placement issues with the videos. Mostly the problem is just centering them and stretching them and getting them exactly in the right place is the biggest issue there. Westminster, Arvada, Lakewood, and Thornton. Sure. We were looking at Lakewood too, actually. Michigan, yeah. Michigan is going to be certainly affordable, I would imagine. Hexer's new theme thread. Okay, I'll check that out. Let me catch up on comments here first, though. Hey, Kenny, that is PDF support is on the poll. So the order in which that stuff is implemented depends on the poll. And I haven't checked the poll out in the last few days, but I think PDF support was somewhere in the middle. So that is something we do need, though. I mean, it'll get implemented. It just probably won't get implemented as a top priority based on the poll results. Yeah, easy transition from other front ends. And that is actually something that has come up several times, specifically from Hyperspin, of course. Hyperspin would be the one we do it from because that's where people are migrating from the most. And I have thought about that, but I would need some help from the community with that one, because I don't have a good hyperspin setup, and I sure can't spend the time to get a hyperspin setup going to be able to, test things out. So that would definitely, I mean, that's an interesting one for me. So, because somebody would have to give me their hyperspin setup in order for me to tackle that, and I don't know how difficult that would be at this point. I don't think it would be that difficult, but it is something that has been requested. So maybe, I mean, we just put out a new poll, but maybe we could put that on a poll here the next time around. But that's probably going to be a few months, honestly. No worries, Wade. But yeah, hit me up on the forums with that, and we can look into it. Colorado Springs, Pueblo. Okay. 2:20 a.m. Hey, ZS. Hey, Double O. Marquette. Cool. Give it up and move to the UK. I've been to the UK. The UK is awesome, Stephen. I wish I was a little older when I visited the UK, but I was in junior high. Text to speech is on the poll. So again, it depends on the poll results. Unfortunately, text to speech was not a highly voted thing, from what I remember. So I'll pull up the poll here so we can see the results. What is it? Hopefully I'm not giving away anything by logging into SurveyMonkey. All right, let's, this is the guy. Gonna go look at the analytics here. So here are the top voted items. The LaunchBox Games Database, that's great. I'm glad to see that at the top, but I'm also very surprised to see that at the top, guys. I almost feel bad that I haven't been focusing on it now, knowing that everybody really wants me to focus on it tremendously. So you can count on me focusing on the LaunchBox Games Database really a lot coming up here very soon, because I didn't know that would be the top. I had no idea that would be anywhere near the top. I didn't expect it to be. But now that I know it is, I'm happy to spend a couple weeks on it. So honestly, after starting next week, we'll probably be heavily focusing on the LaunchBox Games Database. Now that I know that is the top voted feature. But you look at PDF Reader is in the middle. It's not. So I mean, we'll probably implement it, but it's probably not going to be. It's not going to be a huge priority. And then if you go down to text to speech, where's that? Text to speech is actually on the very friggin' bottom. So honestly, is that going to get implemented? Not likely. To be completely honest with you guys, if it's on the very friggin' bottom, it's not likely to be implemented anytime soon. We'll probably get it in there eventually, but not until the next poll. You know what I mean? What else we got? Let me catch up on comments here. Waiting for PDF support since early last year. I get you, BRB, but I still gotta focus on the top voted stuff. And basically in this position, it will get implemented. We will implement the PDF support, absolutely. But is it a priority? Not necessarily. You know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't been outside, Jersey. Of course. Well, it's early. It's 8:26 my time, although I guess it's probably 9:26 Colorado time. A lot of pre-made Hyperson setups out there. I'm sure there are, yeah. Linux distribution using Mono. No. Mono, at least not soon, not right now. Mono is not far enough along to run big box, especially. There's no WPF support for mono right now, at least the last time I checked. So that just isn't going to be it's just not going to work very well. Not going to be work. What am I nuts? I can't speak. Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I would love to do a Linux distribution, use mono and have LaunchBox have its own separate thing, it's not feasible currently. Will it be feasible in the future? Maybe, hopefully, I'm not sure. But right now, that's just not going to work out very well. Cool manhood. I'm not sure if that's anything I'm going to do like urgently anytime soon, but when we do it, hopefully we can do it sometime soon. The thing is, it's so easy already. Yeah, it would be great to be able to transition everything magically, but it's so easy. I don't know. That would have been a good one to get on this poll though. That's for sure. Lazy Americans are still in bed. I'm a lazy American, man. Hey, Baker. What's up? Word. Yeah, I've seen those Simply Awesome videos. But I don't have the time to build a setup. Like, I can't distract from development. There's no way I can distract from development and get a Hyperspin setup built. That's crazy. That just take too long. You guys know how long it takes to get a Hyperspin setup. And even with my expertise, I might be able to get it up in a couple days. But I'm not going to set aside 2 days to build the Hyperspin setup. Migrated from GameX, sure. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not going to buy a pre-made drive either. Almost 11:30 East Coast, yeah. Yeah, happy the database is on top. There's an East Coast. Australia, oh man, yeah, I have to say, Australia is pretty awesome from what I've never been there, but it does seem like a pretty awesome place to go. Wood is from Australia, as you guys know. I don't know why he's trying to leave. What was the poll for? This is the poll right here, so. Is there a way you can find out how long you have left on Big Box Premium? Sure. If you go to Help License Registration and LaunchBox, it should tell you. And keep in mind that your license will never expire, Nicholas. So you'll be able to use the software forever. Even without a forever license, you can use the software forever. The only thing that will expire is updates. So, if you're hurting for cash, you can just put off the updates, and you can still use the software as long as you want. LaunchBox uploading images and data directly to the database. Yeah, that's been a dream of mine since the beginning, and there's been some major challenges with that. But yeah, I get you. I would love to see that too. I don't know what you're talking about, DOS. That's your fault. Retro achievements in the top 5. Yep. I'm excited about that one. Achievement Hound. I like achievements too. Thank you, Kenny. Joy to key with a platform and disable the output of the emulator. Yeah, I don't have one. Slash guns, although there's probably something somewhere on the forums. The thread about your video issue, I don't know, troubleshooting, wherever. Yeah, I'm not retentive about where to put threads on the forums. Even Movies is down right now, is it really? That's the second time I've heard that, so I assume that's correct. Ah, Nicholas is Aussie. Cool. Yeah, I've heard of the Smock Z, or however you say it. I haven't heard of the PGS. I mean, I'll be looking into those when they come out. I don't like to get that hyped about stuff that isn't out because then I gotta, then I gotta wait for it. So, I haven't done any research. I like to wait till things are out. But yeah, I'm with you. With the database on top, will we see regional names and LaunchBox being able to see and scrape them based on the names? Yes, that will be a priority. Regional names, we already have that on the database. We already have alternate titles, but they're not scrapable right now, which is what we need to add basically into LaunchBox. LaunchBox doesn't use them, which is kind of stupid. We definitely need to get that fixed. Yes, that will be part of the overhaul for the LaunchBox Games database. There's no reason we drop support for Emu Movies. Will we be adding other stuff to LaunchBox? Absolutely. I'm not. No, we won't be dropping support for Emu Movies. There's no reason for that. But yeah, we will be adding more stuff. And yeah, Emu Movies provides the videos, of course, and all the images. I mean, they've got tons of awesome images over there too. And we can't just steal them all. We're not going to be doing anything like that. Because that's evil, and we're not evil. Moving to Australia, cool. Hey Ryan, the MAME database get improved. Sure. Yep. That's a pain in the butt, honestly, but I agree. It needs an overhaul. Oh, sure. Sorting, making the sorting for the be optional. Sure. Yeah, alt titles will be a big win. I think it'll help with recognition all around. I think it'll be great. And alt titles are already in there, but on the games database, but they're not. You can't use them yet, which is stupid. So we'll definitely be doing that here soon. How long has Emu Movies been down, guys? Jersey, the thing is, there's an incredible amount of time that goes into those Emu Movies videos, an incredible amount of time. So like, as far as I'm concerned, nobody has any room to complain unless they can do something better. Frankly, that's where it comes from, and I think they're doing an awesome job simply because there's just so much to do and they're covering so much, So and they are very professional. So I mean, granted, I'm friends with Circo, guys. I'll be straight up with you guys. I'm friends with Circo, and I want to support him because he's a good friend of mine. But until somebody can do something better, there's no room for anybody to complain. That's ultimately the gist of things here. The amount of effort that goes into recording those videos is tremendous. It's not fast. It's not easy. It's a manual process. It's just not something that can be done quickly and easily. However, I wish I do. It does disappoint me when we have downtime like this. I don't like that at all. Downtime, you guys know, downtime drives me freaking mad. And that is why we switched away from the GamesDB.net for our main stuff. There was a point where I was considering moving Circa and I were talking, and I was considering moving everything over to Emu Movies. But the reason why I did not do that and didn't want to do that is because we need the ability to provide multiple sources just in case something goes down, everything isn't broken. You know what I mean? I pride myself on the fact that the LaunchBox Games database, even though it does have some glitches on the website, it's never down. It's never, ever, 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 ever down. I mean, the downtime we've had has been so incredibly minimal, and it's because of the way we built it. so that it's like as simple as possible. And there's nothing to go down. It's literally as simple as it can possibly be. You download a zip file with all the metadata, the images are out in a folder. And we built it that way on purpose so that downtime was like impossible. So basically the way it's built, even if the website goes down, everything is still going to be there. So like, I hate downtime. It drives me mad. And so I build everything to make sure that downtime is going to be like almost impossible. The only thing that can take it down is like a complete server crash, or if it's, if we have internet connection issues on the server, whatever, like something like that. Yeah, but I love Emu Movies. I mean, they're doing an awesome job. Nobody's even come close to doing anything like what they've been able to do. So support Emu Movies, guys, because there's nothing better. There really isn't. There's no way we could the LaunchBox team, or even I don't even know if the LaunchBox community could do what they're doing. So because it's a ton of time that goes into it. Just access the embedded XML file in the main.exe and use that to always keep the data up to date. The problem with that, DOS, is there's more information required than just the XML file in main.exe. That's not enough information to get all the data that you need in order to properly filter games. There's more data that we use that has to come from different spots. It's not just the XML file. So that's the problem with that. I wish I could automate it like that. Unfortunately, I can't. Yeah, contributing vids to Emu Movies, that's awesome. Do I have any experience with adding light duns to a cabinet? You know what? I don't, actually. And I wanted to do that for a long time, but I still have not done that. Yeah, you can use whatever videos you want, Adam. Absolutely. There's no restriction there. All you got to do is just drop the videos in the right folder, and LaunchBox will pick them up. Hyperspin is down as well. Are you serious? Let's make sure our website isn't down. Now I'm getting scared. Yeah, obviously our website isn't down. That's hilarious, though. Why is Hyperspin down? Wow. Interesting. Well, I will expect higher sales today, guys. That's funny. Interesting. Well, or not, because when Emu Movies goes down, that's a hurdle for people too. So that's not good. If Emu Movies is down, that's not good for us, clearly. I wonder what's going on, though. But I'm glad we're up, guys. I'm glad we're up. We have 2 servers now. Well, we have 3 servers ultimately, and 2 of them are running Windows, hosting our Windows-based websites, which is the main site and the games database, and then the forums are on a LAMP Linux-based setup. So we have 3 servers, but the 2 Windows servers, basically, if either of them go down, I have them both configured to be able to quickly switch to the other server. Although performance would go down at that point because we'd have everything on one server instead of 2. But if one of our servers goes down, we can switch right over to the other one. The only potential issue is if for some reason our server provider lost internet access or something awful like that. And that does happen, but hopefully that never happens. Yeah, I'm squeaking. Yeah, Pizza Boy. It is dry over here, guys, like super dry. And so I am having some trouble with my voice. But Pizza Boy, yeah, that's correct. Put it in the right platform folder for the videos. And yeah, I'm sure they're on the same provider, BRB. TBRD. What did I miss? Everything. Pizza Boy and Big Box Auto Reads. Cool, take it easy, Jersey. Where's the best place to watch the stream? YouTube or Twitch? Either way is fine. They should be just fine. Hyperspin and EV Movies use the same server. Actually, they don't, James. They might have used to, but they don't. I don't think they use the same server anymore. In my conversations with Circo, they use the same providers, but not the same server. Apparently, it is, King. No, they're not down for maintenance because they're completely gone. So there's some kind of weird downtime. When they go down for maintenance, there's just a maintenance message on the site. They're like gone right now. So there's some kind of server issue somehow. Launchception. Yeah. I doubt GameX is down. I don't know. I bet they're up. Or not. Interesting. Yeah, there's GameX. It took forever to load the page, though, for some reason. What's been down for more than a week? Emu Movies? That can't be. Hey, Camel. I did a surprise stream early this morning, so they ran in Guatemala. I'm not quite sure what that means, Domenico, but that's cool. Yeah, we do have some fallback. It's not automatic fallback. It's not automatic fail-safe or anything like that. It's simple. It's just a simple fact that I have all the websites on both servers, so that if they go down on one, I can quick switch the DNS to the other. It's straightforward and simple. It's not anything amazing, but it works. I mean, it'll get us back up and running pretty quick. Add a script to scans the emulators folder and notify if there's an update. No, not really. Yes and no. I mean, is it possible? Yes. Is it something we'll be doing? No. And the reason for that is because we would need we would have to build a separate piece of functionality for every single emulator, and we're just not going to do that. It's just too much. It would distract too much from development elsewhere. I'm streaming from Colorado, Camel, off my laptop, so that's what's going on. Yeah, I think they changed it up, James. They're not on the same server anymore, although it's confusing because they do use probably the same providers. How many items from the poll do you think will implement in the version 8 releases? I don't know. However, what I do know is we'll start from the top and work our way down, and we'll probably, I would expect to get to around this level here, because that's where it starts to drop off. But then we got stuff like Big Box Select Random Game, which is fairly simple and really needs to be done. So I mean, we'll get pretty far down the list before we stop implementing things for this poll. But this looks like a good cutoff point, because that's when the votes just start drastically falling off. So this will be the main priorities, and we'll go down the list and get all that stuff implemented. As far as how much is going to make it into the next release, I don't know. I'm not going to try and predict that. It just depends on how development goes and all that stuff. But since we are going to be tackling LaunchBox Games database development, that means we're going to be working quite a bit on the website for a while. So it might be a bit before we get back to app development. There's that. But it's not going to be forever. We'll do a little bit of each, I'm sure. Well, there's no reason why everything would go down, guys. I'm sure it's like uh, it's just Hyperspin and Emu Movies are using the same providers. That's why they're both down. Not everything is going to be down. That's cool, Scott. I'm not going to be. I'm going to be here through Saturday. I head back home on Saturday. But I'm here with my family. I've got a bunch of people to visit. So to be honest with you, like I just don't have time. That and I'm trying to work. It's how it is. I've got too many people to see, and my family wants time with me. And between that and LaunchBox stuff, it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. The forum would blow up if Emu Movies was down for a week. Yeah, there's no way it could be. Yeah, there's no crazy awesome like clustering going on DOS. It's just simple ease of bringing it back up if it does go down. Thank you, Ricardo. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, we didn't pray this morning, guys. I don't know why. I just didn't think about it. So we should definitely do that. Yeah, yeah. I don't like pushing my faith on anybody, Ricardo, but at the same time, you're right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And honestly, like LaunchBox wouldn't be LaunchBox without the Lord's help. So that's just the fact of the matter. $80 GB. Yep. Joy to key. Tato. Close on exit. Yeah. With the Emu Movies being down, how does that affect LaunchBox? Basically, we need to. Well, it's just not. You're not going to be able to use Emu Movies from within LaunchBox. You load it up, and you won't be able to download anything from Emu Movies. I'm kind of curious, actually, what the error message is. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Ugh, stupid game bar. I should have disabled it. South Park. Thank you, Scott. New users, the LaunchBox would be affected more, yeah. I'm curious to see what the error is, though. Don't show this again. Thank you. I don't want to see that. All right, so if we, for example, just edit one game and download images, media, querying Emu Movies, what do we get here? No error. Unable to log into Emu Movies. All right, well, I guess that's a. It would be nice if we had an error message that said specifically unable to access Emu Movies or Emu Movies could not be, but I mean, that works. Number of games impact load time? Yes, absolutely. Yep. It isn't drastic, but it does affect load time. Well, that's awesome, Nicholas. I'm glad to hear that. $10,000 games. Well, yeah. If you, I mean, I've got 14,000 games, so that's what I've got. But and this is on my laptop, and it starts up relatively quickly. I mean, populating games. So like if startup time is your thing and you want to get it shorter, then yeah, it will definitely. And you notice the playlists take a while for the startup now too. Those auto-generated playlists, but I got to cache them so that things are quicker in the app. Hey Neil. Takes a while as the next step. Yeah, and I know why that is, Pure Luck. The reason for that is playlists. Playlists are causing that. If you have a lot of auto-populating playlists, that's most likely what is causing it. And I'll come back to it at some point. Yeah, I've disabled all that stuff, Camel, on my desktop. This is my laptop, and Thank you, James. Take it easy, man. Yeah, I know I can do that, guys. Disable the Xbox DVR stuff. I just haven't done it yet for the laptop. What CPU do you recommend for a big box build? I would not get an i3. I would get an i5, a latest gen i5 or i7, or the previous gen. Like, you definitely want Haswell, or later Haswell, Broadwell, whatever it is, later on beyond that. But get an i5 or an Intel Core i5 or an Intel Core i7. Avoid the i3. Loading from a network drive is not a good idea, Adam, unfortunately. Because of all the caching that's required, it's just not going to work well. You can load ROMs from a network drive without any problem, but loading media from a network drive or loading the app from a network drive is just not a good idea. USB drives do work pretty well for the most part, although you are going to run into speed issues compared to like doing it on an internal hard drive. Yeah, Ryzen. I haven't tested Ryzen, but yeah, it seems to be quite nice from what I've seen. Yeah, and i3 is, I mean, it's going to work fine. It's just those are the low end chips, It's all relative. It's going to work with everything. I mean, heck, we have it running on an Intel Atom CPU on the GPD Win. And so everything is going to work. But if you're going to ask me what the ideal chips are the ideal CPUs to run LaunchBox and Big Box, of course, the faster the better. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. 10 gig fiber connection, that would be really nice. Yep, there you go. You can do anything over a 10 gig fiber connection. That's pretty awesome. That's worth a shot, Pizza Boy. Yeah, anyways, so we're caught up, guys. Let's say a quick prayer, since we didn't do that. Anybody got any prayer requests before I... That's awesome, Camel. I want fiber optic internet. That's what I want. In the mountains in Colorado, I want a fiber optic line. That's what I really, really want, but I don't know. That's not going to happen. Good NAS solution. Oh, man, I have not had good luck with NAS solutions, man. I really have not. So I'm not the person to ask with that. My opinion, the best NAS solution is something that you have complete control over, that you built yourself. Because, like, there's so much stuff out there that can screw you over. Yeah, free NAS and any PC with ECC memory. That sounds like a good idea to me right there. What led you to start LaunchBox? Well, that's pretty simple. Back in the day, it was like 3 or 4 years ago now. I think it was more like 4 years ago that I actually started the project. We looked at that like a stream or two ago, and I started it because I'm a big fan of DOS and DOSBox, and as you know, DOSBox doesn't have a GUI for like launching games and stuff like that. So I built a GUI for DOSBox. I got on GOG.com, and I loved seeing all my old DOS games on a shelf. and said, I want that, but I want to be able to launch my games from there. And so I built LaunchBox. So I owe GOG.com for some of my inspiration. Yeah, it depends. As far as the bottleneck, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like startup time, the CPU is probably the biggest bottleneck. But as you're browsing between your collection in big box and stuff like that, then yeah, the hard disk drive is going to be a bottleneck if you're getting hiccups. The random I feel lucky stuff, sure. The that's on the poll as far as the random game, select random game thing. Fiverr is good for your health. Drobo. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Drobo. Thing is, I just, my biggest issue with that kind of stuff is like recovery plans. Is it going to screw you over? Is it going to be available, to, I don't know. Backups. I've seen so many issues with custom RAID solutions that end up screwing people over. And I've seen businesses have that problem tremendously. How about AMD FX? I've got no idea. I haven't used one in years, honestly. Xeons, that's not a bad idea. Any NAS is going to be a second PC, although they're cut down, Yes, it should make an improvement, Fubar. It depends on where you're looking for an improvement. Are you looking for an improvement on startup time? Then I doubt it's going to be that much of an improvement, although it would be an improvement. It's like less hiccups in the app and faster navigation inside the app that an SSD is going to get you. Pablo expected to support 97,000 games database today, or is this beyond current goals? Sure, it'll support it, absolutely. And if you have fast hardware, it shouldn't have much problem with it at all. But it's just a matter of whether your hardware can support the number of games that you got. We're always working on performance improvements, but yes, we've worked pretty hard on performance, even with huge libraries. So yeah, that should be feasible. You're going to run into a little bit more performance issues with a library that huge, but it should work fine as long as you have a decent, or as long as you have modern hardware. Windows Server Essentials, yeah. Yeah, the cache. The cache is what matters the most for the SSD. So you need your image cache and stuff on your SSD, in your LaunchBox folder on your SSD. All right, guys. Well, let's pray, and then we'll maybe get back into development here. Lord, thank you for this project, and thank you for. I'm glad I'm able to get back to it here and stream with folks for a little while, even though I'm not at home and I'm missing things a little bit here. So it feels good to get back into the mix of things a little bit. So thank you for that opportunity. I pray that you would help us out here in Colorado to determine whether we're supposed to be out here or supposed to be somewhere else, all that stuff. Give us direction, Lord, and help us, just decide what the best place for us to be is. But also help us in the stream, bless our conversations, be with everybody here, and pray that you would keep us on track with all the poll items so that we can jump into that stuff next week and help everything not to crash and come tumbling down while I'm out here in Colorado. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. More dynamic marquee. Sure. The theme should support that, but yeah, I hear you. I know what you mean. Not a videos on YouTube. Sure. Okay. All right. Well, let's do something here. Ultimately, I'm trying to get these features in for Sid. We need these are going to be easier to do. This video control thing, basically, we need to be able to change the video when it changes in a binding, is what he wants. But that's tricky because we basically have to reconstruct the video control for every one. So that I need to talk to him about that one. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get that done. These, though, should all be feasible. And then one new games text list view, sure, that's not difficult. So we can start going on some of this stuff here. I guess we should start on the top. Active platform.category clear logo element. So category clear logo is basically going to get the platform category for the active platform and return, the category clear logo for that. And that's on a platform. So we can do something about that. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go into, it's in data. I'm already in platform here, actually. Why is this not saved? I don't know. I was working on this a little bit last night, just a tad. So we have these properties here. And so we need to add a new property on platform. It'll be a string. And it's going to be platform category clear logo image path. And so we're going to have to check to see if this is a category first. When we have to cast it and cast it as a category. So that's the first thing we need to do. Var category equals this as platform category. If category equals null, I am going to be much slower typing on this keyboard, I'll tell you that. I miss my mechanical keyboard. So bear with me. I'm not going to be near as fast with anything. Yeah, whatever, fine. Hides the field. Cat then. My arrow keys are tiny. All right, so if it isn't a category that we're dealing with, what we need to do is we need to get the parent the category of the particular platform. So and actually we need to we just need to populate the category variable. So let's, if cat equals null, if string dot is null or empty, this dot category, then we're just going to have to return null. And then we need to make sure, let's see if, we're going to say var cat equals root.datamanager.platform categories .try get value. Oh, that's not how this works. Try get value. The key is going to be this dot category. What did I just do? Not what I wanted to do. This dot category out cat. Okay. And so if it has the category, then category is not going to be null. And at this point, if category is null, then basically there is no platform category clear logo image path. So if cat equals null, we're going to return null. Otherwise, we have a category object, and we can use that to get the clear logo image path. So we're simply going to return cat dot get clear logo random clear logo image path. That should do it. That works. And then this is telling me I should invert it. No, that's bad. I don't like that at all. All right. So that's one thing done already, in theory. Let me check up on the comments here. Four by three video handling, yeah, that's part of the video issues, is centering with both engines the same way and all that stuff. It's more complicated than that, but yeah, that's part of the issues with the video placement right now and the themes. Somebody help Slash Guns with the. I assume he's still working on the exiting issue. Virtual reality is not the first preference of big box would be, but it would be well that in the consoles. Don't quite follow, but yeah, that's interesting, because the poll, my surprise thing that I wanted to put on the poll myself, just to see how well it would do, was this LaunchBox Arcade VR, and I am really, honestly, really surprised that people just didn't care and didn't want it, because the vast majority of the people didn't vote for it. So for that reason, it won't be anything we look into anytime soon. Eventually maybe, but not anytime soon. That's why we do the polls. An emulation simulating the insertion of the cartridge and the ignition of the screen. That'd be really cool, but of course we need artists to be able to do that. So it's just I'm not an artist, really. I'm not going to be able to do that by myself. I need somebody to help me with that. And I know we have some cool stuff. We've had some pretty cool stuff being built for stuff like that, but nothing with a cartridge insertion that I've seen. And then we'd need to get the 3D model, and then we'd have to get it into XAML for big box, but that's feasible. That's doable. It's difficult, but doable. Animation. Oh, sure. The emulation. Sure, that makes sense. As far as the inserting the cartridge. Yeah, dude. Well, that's good for you though, man. Water, that's awesome. I only drink water and coffee. Those are the only two things I drink. And yeah, it's very good for you to cut out all that crap. Actually, well, I mean, it's really bad for you to drink diet soda or soda, you know. Yep. It's worth it. Stick to it, man. Stick to it. Don't go back to the soda because you're only killing yourself with that soda, man. The soda, like, honestly, soda is one of the worst things for society these days. It's awful. And diet soda is almost worse than regular soda. Hmm. What kind of enhancements are you thinking of adding to the games database? Would you be adding enhancements to accommodate better pinball support for future big box LaunchBox releases? Yeah, probably. I don't see why not. Absolutely. That seems like a good idea. And I haven't sat down and discussed it. I'll be going back through forum posts, and we'll probably do some brainstorming and live streams to come up with what we need to change with the LaunchBox Games database to for development going forward. So yeah, I don't know yet. I haven't put a lot of effort into it, or a lot of thought, not effort. Haven't put a lot of thought into it recently. So I will be doing that though. Obviously, we'll come up with what we need. Extra fields, sure. Yeah, we'll be adding extra fields, I'm sure. Yeah, I'd love to see that video animation of inserting cartridges. It'd be really awesome. It'd be amazing, actually. I agree. Take it easy, Double O. Hey, Sid. Guess what we're working on, Sid? Slowly, in between comments. We've been working on your theme requests. Waffling. All right, so next, we got one thing implemented, Sid. That's it. We got the active platform.category clear logo. And just to confirm what you need, if you're on a platform, what this will do is it will give you the category logo for the category. If you're on a platform category, it'll give you the image for what you're on. But if you're on a platform, it'll give you the image for the parent. So hopefully I followed that correctly there, Sid. This one, I'll just tell you straight up, this one's going to be a royal pain in the butt. Video control doesn't work with data bindings on the video path. As far as needing it to change, that's the problem. Because we have to destroy the video and recreate it. And so that's really been a pain. Uh-oh, why am I having connection issues here? Connecting to Twitch. Stupid Twitch. We just had it, though. What's up with that? Maybe I can restart this. Try this again. There it is, connected. All right, guys, comment so I can see it. There we go. I missed some comments, guys, so forgive me. Repeat your comments if you address them to me. Because my Twitch just decided to die on me, the comment system, for some reason. I am on Wi-Fi, so who knows, man. I'm glad the stream is working, though, pretty well. I do have some drop frames, but not very much, so that's cool. New games, text list views. Okay, thank you, Sid. Good to know. I'll take that off the list for right now, then. All
Reese, unfortunately, I don't have a solution for that. Is there something on the forums? I think there might be. I don't know. You keep in mind, guys, that there's a lot of content on that forums, and I used to, granted, like a year ago, 2 years ago, I used to cover everything and respond to everything, but there's no way I can do that anymore. So I don't even know all the content that's on the forums these days because we get so much of it, which is awesome. It's exactly what we need. It's supposed to be the community thing. So whether you're gonna have to use a search to find out. I'm not sure if there's a solution for that on the forums. So we got this, Sid, and then we're going to tackle ActiveGame.platform clear logo next. That makes sense. That's straightforward. Let me go to the game class. Somewhere we have a bunch of properties. There we go. FYI though, Sid, I think you probably caught this, but I added platform category clear logo image path to the platform, the active platform. But of course, I need to put it in documentation, and we're gonna have to get a beta out before you can use it and all that stuff. So public string, my memory's so horrible I can't remember, 30 seconds ago. Platform clear logo for the game. Platform clear logo. So I'm just going to say platform clear logo image path. Get. And if string.is null or empty this.platform, that means there is no platform for it, then we're going to return null. Then we need var platform plat, and we need root.datamanager. I'm going to do an if not root.datamanager.platforms.try get value this.platform out plat. Then we return null. Otherwise, we have ourselves a platform, and we can simply return plat.get big box random clear logo image path. I think this is the right one. Sure. Yep. So there's that one, platform clear logo image path. We have that one's implemented. Active game element for the whole details metadata is actually going to be a tiny bit more complicated, but we can do it. Shouldn't be too bad. Catch up on comments. Yeah, it did. Forgive me if somebody needs to repost that if I need to see it, the post, because I missed a few comments here. Say hello to Jason's knee. Yeah, sorry for the sorry for the camera, guys. Like I said, I'm using my laptop and everything is not ideal. We need to support individual background videos for each platform. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know, Sid. We'll see if we can come up with something for that. I'm sure there's going to be a better way to do that.
because largely that's going to be a royal pain in the butt. Basically, we have to figure out how to swap out the entire video control instead. And I know there's a way to do that, so we'll look into that instead. You talking about the fan retro? Just checking on my stats here. It's interesting watching my CPU be eaten up because obviously this is a lot less performant than what I'm used to using. Drink coffee, man. Do you drink coffee? There's nothing wrong with coffee. Coffee ain't gonna kill you. Of course, you got everything in moderation. Obviously, you can't like. Now you come back on the nicotine. Yeah. Yep. All right. So how? Oh, you do drink coffee. You need more. All right. So details. The details are built dynamically, kind of, which is the reason why there's no easy way to do that. And we need to put that on the game object. We're the THC. All right. What's THC, guys? What's THC? I don't understand. No, I actually know what that is, believe it or not. Which is surprising, because my whole life I've been kind of, ignorant to all that stuff. It's the living in California thing that has taught me that terminology. So ultimately, right now, if I go into my view models and go into my games or my details, where's that? Where's my game details view model? Oh, we already have that in a folder. Okay, game details, view model base. Is it in view model base? Get details. Here it is. So ultimately, this kind of needs to be a static method, and it shouldn't really be in. We should probably put in the game class, actually. Let's put it on the game. There's no reason why not. We'll try that, see if that works. So I'm going to cut this out of here. Oh, man. Speed up laptop. There we go. Oh, and then a pen pair apparently is used by that. So I'll need that as well. I'm just going to go all the way down to the end for now. Put this in here. This is going to be, we're not going to feed in the game. We're going to use this. We're going to use the actual object we are inside of here. And I'm going to steal this method here. I'm going to go back here and put that in. Come on, catch up. And then basically we need to do a search and replace to replace game with this. In the current block, I'm going to replace game dot with this dot. Replace all. And that should do it in theory. I don't see any issues there. That's great. And forgive me, guys, I gotta pee like crazy. I'll be right back. Oh. All right. Okay, so. Okay. So we got to use this over in the other class. Make sure it builds. We also need a property for this. So let's do that here first since we're in this class here. Scroll down. We're going to add a public string details. That works well enough. I'm just going to call this dot get details show platform. Maybe we should add two properties. Details with platform, details without platform. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then over here, we need to change this up to call on the game. Oh. Like that. What's your issue here? Private method. Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be public. And we'll see if we build. And let's catch up on comments. That makes sense, Camel. Be British and drink tea. I can't drink tea, man. I just can't stand tea. I like most British stuff. I really do, but tea is one thing I cannot do. Tony Hawk's coffee. Tony Hawk has coffee. What are you talking about? It's funny. Or are you talking about weed? Who knows? China has better tea varieties. What? Yeah, cigarettes will kill you quick, man. Now, absolutely. I'm so glad I never picked that up because I wouldn't be able to put it down.
You have a different Tony Hawk in England, huh? Later, folks. Breath of the Wild is calling me. You know what? I brought Breath of the Wild with me, of course, which is kind of awesome. So I played it here and there, and my kids have been playing it. That's what's nice about the Switch. Only 15 shrines left. Nice. Nice. That's awesome, Sid. That's really, really great to hear. What platforms did you record the themes for? Caffeine content of tea, sure. Lower. Did not know that, Camel. All right, well, development-wise, we got everything but the video control doesn't work with data bindings and the video path thing. And, the video placement issues is a bug I wanted to look into. So at least these three are in there, Sid. What can we do about video control doesn't work with data bindings and the video path? So, we need a way to. What's your use case, Sid? You need to be able to swap out the video based on a different field. I did hear that, Fubar. I didn't know today was the release date, but I didn't know. But I did know StarCraft was, going out there for free. And actually, my brother and I have been playing some StarCraft 2 while we've been here. This has been fun. MAME, Nessica, and MS-DOS. Ooh, MS-DOS. Ooh, yes. And MAME, that's awesome too. But MS-DOS, that's my favorite. That makes me really happy. I'm excited about that, dude. Holy crap, that's sweet. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, I don't know what PG Tips is either. So, Sid, speak to me, Sid. I know probably it's going to take a little bit, but can you explain the exact use case you want? I assume you want to be able to update it based on another field, right? You want to? Oh no, okay, you already explained it to me. So we're talking about background videos, and you need to be able to switch it based on the platform. I get it. So based on the platform that you're in, you need to be able to switch it up. That makes sense. That makes sense. And data binding isn't working for it. I guess we need to be able to test that first. So do you have code for that, Sid? Because if you have code to do it, that'll save me some time, and then I can. Is really what shouldn't work is is changing it, but it should work with data binding in theory, and that should work just fine as long as you're going to be changing the view when you switch platforms. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. But if you're but I see that's not always going to be the case, is it? Because you're gonna have views with more than one platform in the list of games, and then when you switch between them, it's not going to switch. But it should work in theory. It should work already if you aren't switching it in the middle of a view, if that makes sense. Change the shadows from white to black. I don't know what you mean, Survivor. I'm not sure where Sid went. That's okay. anyways, so per platform, I assume he's trying to bind it to, like, well, he would need a property first. So on, you got the active platform. So let's take a look at the game views. We're trying to switch out the background video per platform is what we're doing. So if we take a look at the games view model base, there should be an active platform property. Or platform property, I guess. Is there right? What I mean, yeah, platform. Okay. What is active platform? I thought we had active platform. Maybe we don't. Maybe we got rid of that. It's active game. All right, but we have the platform property. So if we bind to platform dot video something or other, right? Video path. This. Except this isn't necessarily, you know what, this could be the problem, Sid. This isn't necessarily going to give you the right video path, which I know is confusing. So we need a property that's going to actually do that properly. So I'll add that here. Public string we can't do video paths because we already have that in there. Actual video path, I guess. I don't like the property name there, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to add this stuff to the documentation, which is boring and I hate doing it, but you know, it definitely needs to happen. So basically what we need to do is return this dot get video get platform video path. Fall back to game videos. Well, we're trying to do a background video, so this might be a different video, and we kind of need, you know, the ability to specify. He might be doing it from a theme. This is why I need Sid's input here, because I'm not sure how he's trying to do this. Oh, great. Thank you, Sid. The background code works like a charm with images, but unfortunately not with the video control. What is that going to open with? No. You got to be kidding. All right. Critical. No, what am I doing? Right here. Notepad++ is the best I got right now. All right, so got your transition presenter. Let me minimize this so that I can image video view. So this is the, not the background video, Or it's going to be this is the background video right here. Okay. And okay, so you're binding, I see what you're doing. You're binding a text block to, gotcha. That's awesome. To a particular video in the Critical Zone theme. And it's falling back to the default. Wow, this is neat. This is pretty cool. And we're setting the video path, but for some reason it's not working with the binding. Okay, well, let's figure that out. Let's figure out why that isn't working. Let's so here I am adding a bunch of crap, but for what you're looking to do, we don't need that. So let me see what we can do here. Let's go. I need to use this file first off, which is going to be tricky because we're going to have to duplicate the default theme because it's going to overwrite the stuff. So let's go into the LaunchBox folder, go into themes, and Critical Zone. Let's go ahead and copy that. Except now we have a different path. That figures. Which is going to throw things off. How do you develop this stuff, Sid, without like having Big Box overwrite it? That's my question. I didn't think about that. That probably causes you issues. I'm in Colorado, Jade. We fear change. Yeah. Well, this is totally temporary. Don't worry about it. I have to, I can't turn the light off. You won't see me. I know it's annoying. I'm in my brother's studio, so it's kind of iffy. But anyways, so we got this. The problem is, like, we're going to have to, I don't know how this is going to work. Well, we'll test it. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be Critical Zone. Well, nah, it's fine as long as I put the stuff in. I see. Okay. We'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. Horizontal Wheel 1 Games View. I need to copy that into that theme. Copy this file into this guy and replace it. Now, Horizontal Wheel 1 is the view, and I need to change the theme to this, and we need to debug it and test it. And we'll see how well Big Box runs on this laptop while I'm streaming. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. We did build correctly. Yeah. Now that I changed code, I'm going to need to rebuild it. Where in the USA is Colorado? Middle of the country, but farther out to the west. Yeah, I changed the background video folder structure on the file name of the default video, so you have to consider that when you try the code. Yeah, and I need to, good point. I should put a video in there. I'm not going to be able to test it. Yeah, that's my laptop, guys. It's the mic on my laptop. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. What the heck is that? That's great. Because I changed my resolution and stuff, I guess. So we need a video in the right spot. And it's critical zone, videos, background, and then platform name or default. So let's go grab some videos. And let's just make the themes the background videos. So let's go to platforms, and we're going to grab just a few of them here. And I'll put them in themes, critical zone, videos, background. Paste them in here. And I'm going to change the arcade one to default. And that should allow us to test, hopefully, if I didn't mess anything up. All right. And then we will debug and see what the problem is here. Basically, in the video control, I'm going to want, well, I don't want to do it yet, but it's going to be a pain in the butt with only one monitor, but it is what it is. So many times this thing loops. Wow. Keep going, buddy. You can do it. There it is. Wake up. Wake up. All right. And I don't have the fonts installed in this scene, obviously. And if you're even having like, yeah, this isn't working too well, is it, guys? Oh, well. It's streaming and everything. I need faster hardware to be able to do this. But I need to use, change the theme here. And I can't use this keyboard. And we're going to go into critical zone copy. There it is. Okay. Now, if I go, it was horizontal wheel 1. We want to try consoles Atari 600. I think what's going on right now is my drive can't keep up. That's all I can figure. Even though it's an SSD, it's not doing well. With, I don't know, maybe it's my CPU. I don't know what it is, but it's really, this is kind of a joke. Choky, 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 choky. You know what's funny? Well, I mean, I guess it's because we're streaming. It has to be. But why on earth can I do this on the GPD Win, but not on this? Really? There we go. Oh, it started doing the, all right, so it should, well, do we have, this is the wrong view. So we need the horizontal wheel view 1, which I think I know which one that is. I think it's this guy. Hopefully. Yeah, and we don't have any background video. And so that's what we need to troubleshoot here. So I'm going to back up. Now, the tricky thing is I need to be able to Alt-Tab to do this, and it's going to be a pain in the butt because my Alt key is used for back. But I need to put a breakpoint on this, I think. and figure out what we're getting for that. Oh, I'm not attached to the process apparently. Why is that? I must have started it the incorrect way. Don't die on me here. Come on, you can do it. Attach. Okay. And we're finally attached. Minimize this. Back to Big Box. Go into consoles. And then go into Atari 2600. If it will let me. Stop choking, buddy. Yeah, this is bad. No streamy. In Big Box, apparently, with the laptop. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. Come on. All right. So we're trying to figure out what the video path is, and it's using this.video path. Look at this. Well, this is interesting. You see this SID? It's somehow it's returning .mp4 without anything there. So what that means is somehow the binding isn't working properly. So in other words, it is working, but something is wrong with the binding somehow or other. And I have a hunch as to what's going on. That's actually really, really good to see, because that means things are working as expected. It's just we have an issue with the binding. And I have an idea as to what that is. Now get exiting out of this thing. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Cool. So basically, if we look at the binding here, we're binding it to binding path equals filter title. Interesting. So filter title is, it appears that filter title is returning an empty string for some reason. Or at least at that stage in the mix, it's returning an empty string. So maybe we need to put a breakpoint on filter title and see what's going on there. This is the horizontal wheel 1 games view. Which inherits from cover flow with details games view model. And we're looking for filter title. This inherits from games view model base. I'm not sure if filter title is in here or not. Apparently it is. Okay, so filter title, just a simple property, and we never update it, which is interesting. Where do we set filter title? So there's your problem. Filter title. So basically what this likely means is in the cover flow view here, or in the view that this is based on, we never set the property, which is kind of the problem. I should check for references, but we use a init, sure, but it never, okay, so, and we do notify a property change here, okay, well, so this should work. Oh, but look at this. Filter title, we can't rely on filter title, Sid, so we're gonna have to use something else. Because depending on the settings, it may or may not be null. And you have no way of knowing that because I mean it's like it's you don't have my code, but we're gonna have to use something else. So basically, we're looking for the name property is what we need. We have platform title. Platform title will work if you're on a platform, otherwise it won't. This.name. Sure, and that's in the GamesView model base. This is what we need right here. You need to be able to get at that property without any of the extra logic. And, I mean, do we have a name property? Name, we do. So instead of using filter title, we just use name. So let me change that and we'll see what happens. We're going to bind this to name. Let's see what happens. Start it up and wait 3 years. Okay, dude, come on. Let's go into consoles. That's right. Come on, catch up. Sorry, 2600. Okay, I'm not getting anything though. So let's put in a breakpoint again. I'm gonna go, did I rebuild? I shouldn't have had to rebuild though, in theory. This is why like I need good hardware guys for development because otherwise it slows me down so much, it's insane. Like this is driving me crazy right now because I mean I could be moving twice as fast, but because my hardware sucks, because I'm on a laptop, it's just is no good. So what I'm looking for here is we want to go back. I guess we'll start with the video control, if I can get to it. And let's put a breakpoint in here again. And go back in. And now this .video path is still, so it's not getting the bindings at all for some reason. Why is that? The binding is just empty. It's not feeding it in. And I would guess it's a timing issue. Well, this is happening in the constructor, but it shouldn't be doing this until, yeah, it has to be a timing issue. That's all I can figure. So whenever that video path changes, yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the butt, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do here. Because it has to be the fact that the binding is changing. I don't know what else is cause for that. Video path set. Let's see if that gets called again. Apparently not. So we go back in, and that gets called before the video path is set. Why is the video path not getting set? That's weird. Because I did add a breakpoint on this. There's something weird with the video path thing. It would be that the bindings. Something's messed up with the binding somehow, or a timing issue, but it's not setting it. All right, let's get out of here and I'll catch up on comments here and then dive into it deeper. But I'm probably way behind in the comments. Yeah. Don't mind Jason has DOS 386 computer. That's what it feels like, man. Holy crap. Doesn't work with selected platform either. Sure. So I think we've solved it. We've solved it with the name thing, but it's just not. It's not setting it, which is weird. PC through a Wobberly. That's funny. Filter title is working when you use the image element with this method. Yeah, but the issue with filter title, Sid, is that depending on your settings, it may be set to nothing. So depending on what you have for your settings, it would override it. So we can't use filter title. We need to use name instead for that, even though I know that's confusing. Need a property for the current active filter so that you can set up individual videos for other filters like playlist as well. Yeah, and that's what I just confirmed. The name will work for. Sid, that should do. Thank you, Neil. It's a few years old. Yeah. Hey, Dark. Not bad. How are you? Okay. So we need to figure out why this is never getting called, for heaven's sake. It doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking we have this text block with the binding and the string format. Binding text to background video.
So clearly the video control is binding to the text block because we're getting this value just without the 0. So somehow the text block's binding to the name element is not working, or anything else for that matter, in this particular case, but it's weird that it was working for images. It's pretty odd. Like I said, all I can figure is its timing, but then why didn't it show up afterwards when I was debugging it? I guess the first thing I'm going to check is we're going to make sure that, well, we know that's going to work. It's going to work if we plug in default here. I just know it. It's definitely going to work. But this is the piece that's not working. It's the important piece where it bases it on the current selection. Weird. And it works for images, but it doesn't work for videos. I got no idea. It's happening too early, but then why are we not getting the setter called? I'm clueless. Doesn't make sense. Name equals name. So on the video control, right, we have this. I don't know if we have a breakpoint issue or what. I'm just going to do some crazy crap debugging to see exactly when it's getting set. Because this wasn't being set at all, which doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't make sense. Why would that never be getting set? That's not possible. That's just not, I mean, we weren't getting any breakpoint on that at all. And of course, the video path is never being, oh, this is a URI. Oh. Oh. Video path is a URI. Well, but that should work in theory, because we're feeding it a URI. But that could be the problem. The fact that we're using a URI could definitely be the issue. And the string format thing isn't working because it's URI. Could be. So maybe that is a good idea to test. So if I add public string video path string get return URI this dot get value video control dot video path property dot toString. Actually, I need to crap. Can't type on this keyboard. And Forget this message box. I just have a hunch, although, yeah, this is complicated stuff. I don't know. I hope this works. This.set value, video control, dot video path property, new URI value. And then, well, we're going to need to rebuild this. Then over here, I'm going to change the binding from video path to video path string. And we'll see what happens. That's cool, Retro. Awesome. Sure, and we will eventually be doing that kind of stuff, but for the moment, Retro, that's your name. Rocket Launcher just does such a great job with that stuff, and there's so much involved in all of it that we're going to let Rocket Launcher cover that for the time being, although it will get there eventually. GameFAQs, that has been suggested before, and I think they might have an API. So yeah, long term, we'll probably add some more stuff like that, but not quite yet. That's cool, Double O. Even if it doesn't get the variable, shouldn't it at least use the fallback value instead? And I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, it's strange, and I'm wondering if it's because, like I said, what I'm doing. I'm thinking it's because it's a URI, but I don't really know. We'll see. Caleb, yeah, absolutely. I am a Christian. You got it. Cool. So we are built. We have the theme changed. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna have to minimize this. Get ready for some performance woes, guys. Once again. All right. Come on, buddy. Binding cannot be set on video path string property of type video control. It can only set on a dependency property of a dependency object. Oh, of course. Why is it showing this? Oh, because it's showing the default view instead because it can't load it. Okay. So I missed some code there, basically, is what happened for the video path string. Okay, so I need to add, I get it. Public static read-only dependency property, video path string property equals dependency property dot register video path string type of string type of video control. Now, the issue is here, I was trying to combine these together into the same property, and that won't work. So ultimately, but we kind of want to set them both, and that's what I'm not so sure about. Set value, video path string property, and then instead of new URI, we just want to say value. Exactly. Okay. Now, we don't need that. The trick, though, is we're going to have to look for this. Because, like, right now we're using video path, and we need to support either one. And this has to be converted to a URI before it's used. Pain in the rear. I don't know if I don't know if this is going to work to do that. Because we can't really check to see if video path is, well, I guess we can. I don't know. String.is null or empty this dot video path string. Then we use this dot video path. Otherwise, I'm going to use new URI this dot video path string. We'll try that. And then I need to find all references to video path. Okay. No, that's not going to work. So string path equals no, we need a URI. Or var. We'll do fine. And then if path is not equal to null, that's what we do. Okay, and then unloaded, we need to say, we basically need the same thing as we have up here. We need this. And then instead of using this dot video path, we need to use path. I sure hope this works. I'm still not sure. I think that was it, but I should probably check again. Yeah. So we're built. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. Once more. Come on, guy. And what's this about? Get video path string. Yeah. So I got some kind of other null reference issue. Oh, this is why. Stupid me. If it's a null, it's got to return null. Here we go again. Come on, you can do it. Okay, we don't get the error. Come on, guy. Come on. Sorry. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. My attract mode kicked in, darn it. Now I'm off. Oh, wake up. What are you doing? Oh, man. My attract mode keeps kicking in, so I'm like screwed here. Come on now. Come on. I need to turn that off. All right, so we're still not seeing a background video. But now I need to figure out what is actually going on. Probably the same crap. That would figure. Let's attach to it. I didn't think about the fact that themes would not be a good thing to work on this week because I got my laptop. And actually it works fine when I'm not streaming. But apparently streaming. The thing is, I don't have an NVIDIA card in this thing in order to handle the streaming, and so it's using the CPU for everything, including the encoding for the streaming and everything else, and it's just choking. So that's got to be what's going on. But I'm trying to figure out. We need to go to the video control again. I am in the video control. And we already have the breakpoint there. Let's put it there instead. Go into Atari. And what's our path? The same darn thing. Crap, man, all that work. And it didn't have anything to do with the URI. Because video path string right now is exactly that. It's without the that sucks. Why is that causing a problem? I don't understand. Unless, I mean, name is returning. All I can figure is name is returning a nothing when it calculates that, but how do I test that? All right, back to the comments. Big Box certainly uses your CPU, Dark King. Yeah, that's no surprise. Sorry, Camel, that sucks. See you later. All right, guys, I might be ending soon here, but I got to figure this one out. I don't know. Obviously, this one's tough, Sid, but we got to get it going because that's a feature I really, really want. I want people to be able to have a separate background video for each platform. That's kind of important. Why this is causing us problems, I don't have any clue. It seems like it would be something with the binding, but yet we don't. If you say that that's not an issue for images, so you got me. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure what's going on with that. What can we do to solve that? I mean, I'm tempted to think it's a timing issue, but it's still it boggles my mind why. I guess one more thing to test. Does that ever hit? Why wouldn't it hit? It doesn't make any sense. What? Oh, I don't have that configured properly, so I can't start it that way anyways. That's okay. We'll go ahead and do that, and then Alt-Tab and attach to it. Come on, buddy. Okay, there's that. Interestingly, it's hitting this before it ever hits the setter. But what's odd about that is the setter never gets hit on the video control. Well, of course it wouldn't get hit in that situation because we're on this view. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's go into Atari 2600 and try this again. Wait for it to catch up. Go to Atari. Come on, guy. Come on. Wow. Come on. Hurry up. Come on, what are you doing? There. Ugh. What now? Finally loads the video, and then here we are. All right. Okay. So that happens first, and it still never hits. That property. Why on earth is that setter never getting called? That just doesn't make any sense to me at all. That's just not, there's got to be something wrong there. It doesn't really make sense. One thing I'm curious about, well, I mean, are any of these getting set? I mean, is it just some kind of weird, stupid .NET thing where these are never, you never get the breakpoints? I don't know. I've never seen that before, but I guess I should make sure that's not the issue. Here we go again. Come on. Yeah, look at this. So that is getting set like it's supposed to be. And so that confirms that, yes, there's something wrong with the binding there. Something is weird with the binding, and it isn't working in the XAML. Why? But clearly that's the issue. Now that I know that those property setters are getting fired in debug mode, we know that there's something weird going on with the actual binding. So basically, all the work I've done has been pointless on this thing, and there's something weird going on with the stupid XAML. It has to be it. That's the only thing I can figure. The setter is never getting called on that property. I have no idea why, but that's what we got to figure out. Basically, it's getting I'm curious if I added a property and avoided all this extra stuff, and I added a property specifically to this value, if that would work. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to try next. But I think for now, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for joining, folks. And, well, let me catch up on some comments here first. But I am about to end the stream so I can go back to my family and go figure out what we're going to do today. But I'll be on this later today again, probably, and get this fixed for you, Sid. And we'll keep going.
Yeah, exactly, Pac-Man. That's what I need to do. Although I have an idea as to what the problem is, but it's clearly with the XAML binding somehow or other. Thank you, Dark King. Gorilla just added a clock recently, was it Gorilla that added the code for the clock? I'm not sure. Someone did. This is C#, Catherine. Yep. Thank you, Double O. Stress is worse than soda. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, well, like I said, guys, I'll be back to this and figure it out. I'm not sure. It's got something weird to do. What weirds me out a little bit is it says it works fine with images, but not with the videos. So that's what I don't understand. But we'll get it fixed. I'll get it figured out. I'm just not quite sure what it is exactly. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for bearing with the crappy stream quality and the crappy microphone quality and the crappy CPU performance and the crappy. But like I said, I'll be back on Monday at the regular scheduled time, of course, of 9:30 a.m. PST, Monday and Wednesday of next week. And by then, we'll probably be diving into the stuff from the poll. So take it easy, guys, and yeah, thank you, Sid. I'm looking forward to getting that resolved because I'm really looking forward to that separate background videos per theme or per platform thing. That's awesome. See you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Monday.